Crown him with many crowns. Crown him with many crowns, the Lamb upon his throne. Hark, how the heavenly anthem drowns all music but its own. In other words, the song direct from the sweetest place drowns out every other type of music. Awake, my soul, and sing. Another one of these, like, speaking to your actual little self. Awake, my soul, and sing of him who died for thee, and hail him as thy matchless king through all eternity. And talking to the little soul here. So you've got four: crown him with many crowns, crown him the Lord of love, crown him the Lord of peace, and crown him the Lord of years. This is a very sweet expression. This is not ragged and ugly. This is quite lovely. Crown him the Lord of love. Behold his hands and side, rich wounds, yet visible above, in beauty glorified. In other words, the most beautiful wounds that have ever been are the wounds on the perfect one, that were wounds for the best reason. No angel in the sky can fully bear that sight of those wounds. In John they call him, the angels say, you were looking for Jesus, the crucified. They're just so amazed that a person actually gave themselves, their body, because angels don't have bodies, and they're fascinated with what you could do with them. So martyrdom, in loving kindness, faith is pretty amazing to those spirit beings. So no angel in the sky can fully bear that sight of those wounds, but downward bends his burning eye at mysteries so bright. The mystery of the most perfect wounds. Crown him the Lord of peace, whose power a scepter sways from pole to pole, that wars may cease. So he has this power that goes from north to south to make wars cease. Absorbed in prayer and praise. So war is being absorbed in prayer, and war is being absorbed in praise. His reign shall know no end, and round his pierced feet fair flowers of paradise extend. So you got this picture of his pierced feet with the flowers of paradise extending out around his feet, their fragrance ever sweet. Crown him the Lord of years, the potentate of time, potentate meaning overseer or governor or director of some sort. Crown him the Lord of years, the potentate of time, creator of the rolling spheres, ineffably sublime. All hail, Redeemer, all hail, Redeemer, hail. For thou hast died for me. Thy praise shall never, never fail throughout eternity. Amen. And it sounds something like this. Crown him with many crowns, the Lamb upon his throne. Hark how the heavenly anthem drowns all music but its own. Awake, my soul, and sing of him who died for thee, and hail him as thy matchless King through all eternity. Crown him the Lord of love, behold his hands and side, rich wounds, yet visible above, in beauty glorified. No angel in the sky can fully bear that sight, but downward bends his burning eye at mysteries so bright. Crown him the Lord of peace, whose power a scepter sways, from pole to pole that wars may cease, absorbed in prayer and praise. His reign shall know no end, and round his pierced feet fair flowers of paradise extend, their fragrance ever sweet. Crown him the Lord of years, the potentate of time, creator of the rolling spheres, ineffably sublime. All hail, Redeemer, hail, for thou hast died for me. Thy praise shall never, never fail throughout eternity. Amen. And with me here, we have some interesting elements. There's a picture that's from Nana's living room. And there's a bed frame, an old metal Simmons bed frame that was actually the bed that I slept in when there was a pair of them. There's only one left now. I slept in when I was about a year old, and my parents moved here when Sharon was about to be born at Cooper Hospital. And this wooden frame right here is the frame, the bed frame of when my parents rested upstairs in the big room. And the green paint on the frame and the paint on the wall was done by Christine and I many years ago, when we restored the downstairs and then restored the upstairs. And it's interesting because this is about the 14th or 15th or 16th day since Alfred Carl Lintner rested, and it is an especially grand and curious thing that this thing happened right when Mom was apart from the house recuperating from surgery. Everyone is pretty much engaged in holiday things, and there's definitely a point to saying that the spirit that gives life, the one whose name is I exist, I am the existence bringer. I am the supremely existent one. It's amazing to say, and wonderful to say, that that spirit is good and wonderful, even when the life is taken away. Because that was never the design of the life-giving spirit. Never the plan. Never. That was not the original design. To have death blended in with human experience. Death or sadness or confusion or doubt or wrong desire about anything, about any relationship, about any situation. It was never the design. Never. Not from the beginning all the way till now and forward. It has not been. It was never the original design for death to exist. And that's why death is so ponderous. I mean, a birth is ponderous, a birthday is ponderous, a marriage is ponderous, graduations and ordinations and exaltations are ponderous. But death, when we see all the way through to the one that still loves us, even though we were enticed away from that land of only peace. Just knowing the sweetness in the heart that would rescue a child like me, you know, into the life of a daddy like Al, and have a house where everybody would come over and other kids would go camping with us, and the friends say, you know, your dad is the one dad that spent time with us kids. We never spent time with any of our other dads. We spent time with your dad. And when people ask me, what does your daddy do? I could say to them, well, my daddy is a kindergarten to 8th grade school psychologist. What he does is he sits on the floor and plays trucks with bad little kids. And then he has to fill out lots of papers and deal with angry people. And he doesn't like filling out papers and dealing with angry people. He just loves kids. Because he was a little kid in his heart. His daddy died when he was 9. And he didn't really get very much of a soul comfort after that, I don't think. He really loved his precious little Sharon, his daughter, one of his own. And gathered together, oh, so many good things. So, crown the Lord of love and peace and years with many crowns for all the things I've been given. And I've had my waves of tears, big ugly ones, big rough and sweet ones, and they're still coming. But that's okay. That's all part of it. Thanks for watching.